Hi, I'm Marius from MWest Photography here in Cape Town, South Africa, and in this our second video on the FlashQ Q20 wireless flash system, I will show you exactly what all these buttons and lights mean on the back of the flash so you can use this flash correctly. So let's get to it. To show you what all the buttons and the lights on the flash are for, I've set it up nice and close like this because I know 99% of the people out there don't read the user's manual. So this will then be very helpful for you. Okay, so here's the on button. If I press it up like that, if I flip it up, I love the way the lights go on and say hello. Okay, so there's the flash turned on. Now you'll see it starts at 64th power. Then you've got 32nd power, 16th power, 8th power, quarter power, half power, full power. Now to control the power level there, because if I press the test button now, you should be able to see the flash is firing there. If you don't see it, or if you don't see all of them, the flash usually fires faster than the camera is recording with the frames, so sometimes you don't see all of them go off, but they are flashing when I press the button. Now to control the power, you can see it says there flash, and then you've got these arrows right here. So if I press this, you can see it's going 16th power, 8th power, quarter power, half power, full power. If I press it now, it'll take a little bit longer, around about, if I remember, 5 or 6 or 7 seconds for the flash to recycle. It's going to depend on what batteries if you've got in there. If you've got rechargeable batteries in there, is it just normal alkalines? It's going to make a difference to the recycle speed. For me, not really a problem. It is a little bit on the slow side, but it is a very small flash. For what I'm going to use it for, it's not really such a big deal. I'll obviously not be doing a wedding most probably with this. Then I'll be using my strong Fuji EFX 500 flash or my Nikon Speedlight, depending which system I'm shooting on. But for me, this is perfectly fine for the size of the flash and what you'll be using it for. Okay, so again, if you want to go back to a lower power, like say 16th power, just press that button and then I've got it set at 16th power. Okay, now it's also got a video light built in. You'll see below the orange light there's another row of little lights there. So if you press this button to go to video mode, you'll see I've activated the video light, and now it's again at the lowest power of the video light. I'm going to take my hand, I'm going to put my hand here. I'm going to increase the power, and hopefully you should see the light become stronger there on my hand. Then I'm going down with the power level again and higher with the power level again. Now I haven't tested the video light at all in a real life situation. It's there. So yeah, now to go back to the flash again, you just press the flash buttons here and it switches back to flash. So you can quickly go from video to flash, video to flash. Very straightforward. Now this is a very important button here, and that's for your slave flash. Now why this is a very important button is you'll see that you can also, when a flash is firing, you can have that flash trigger this flash. You don't necessarily need to use the built-in little trigger that comes with this. Now, it might sound stupid. Why would you want to use another flash if you can use this to trigger it? Okay, here's a scenario for you. If you want to use different power levels on these two flashes, it's going to be tricky if you're using these buttons on the trigger, on the transmitter, to change the power levels, because I'll show you soon when I sync this up. If you change it here and you've synced both of them together, then this one will control both of their power levels. So what you can do is you sync this transmitter to say this flash, and then this one you can independently change the power levels on, or you can sync the other unit to this flash. But then you also activate the slave synchronization on this. Now how this works is you can see there's an S1 and an S2, and that's really great that they've got both on there, because it works when you're using a flash that's either got red eye reduction turned on or the TTL mode is running, you will get a pre-flash. Now if I press it once, you'll see it will light red and it shows you that S1 has been activated. If I press it again, it's going to be S2 and then modeling. Okay, so what's the difference between these three? So if you're on the first one, it will fire on the first flash that goes off. Now that's very important. So if I'm controlling with this trigger, I'm controlling this flash. But I want this flash to also fire when this one's going off, but I don't want them all to be synced up. I hope that's not getting confusing. So when I change the power level on here, it doesn't affect this one, but I can control the power level here independently. But I also want this flash to fire. Now this flash will only go off once. It won't pre-flash, it won't TTL, it's just a manual burst of light. So when I've got it on S1, it will also go off. Now you'll see on the front, I'll just turn this around quickly. There's the video light, by the way. there's a little optical sensor that's built into the flash. So when you fire this flash, that little optical sensor will pick up on the light and will fire this one as well. So that's for when you've only got one burst of light. But if you're using TTL and you want the flash to actually fire on this second burst of light, because the flash will pre-flash, you press that button and this flash will ignore the first flash but then fire on the second flash. So that's really great that they've got that option in there and not just slave synchro. Because then, or not slave synchro, just the slave sync in there, because then it's not always going to work depending on what mode you're shooting if you're using manual or TTL. Okay, then you've also got modeling. Now I haven't used this yet. I can see the purpose for why you would want to have this. Now interesting, now you'll see you've got a blue light and the orange or reddish colored LED shining there. Now why that is important is now I can control how strong I want that flash to fire when it fires, but I can also, if I hold my hand here, you can see I've got a modeling light turned on as well. So why you would want to use that is you're creating a light setup and you would actually want to see where your shadows are falling or how the light is falling on the subject. So it's actually really handy because I haven't used it, but I can see this working. So then I can see, I don't know if you can pick up my hand there on the background, most probably not, the shadow on the background there, but I can see the shadow of my hand and that's going to show me where the flash is going to fire eventually. So that's really handy. So when you press this button, you can see the flash is firing at 8th power, but it's keeping the light on for me when I shoot. And when I press the button, also the modeling light goes off as well. So it works the same as a studio light will work. Really handy. Okay, so when I turn that off again, now I've just got my flash turned on normal, controlling my flash power and everything. Okay, so now everything is back to normal. Then I'm going to turn this flash on as well. And then we're going to sync up everything so we can control the power levels and also do a test flash as well from here. So you don't need to go and press the button here every time. Okay, so this couldn't be easier. So this button here, when you hold it in for a few seconds, it's going to start to flicker like that. And then you've now turned on the unit. Now to turn on, I'll say the pairing mode, so you can pair them with this, you need to hold down both of them until you see a blue flickering light. There's the flickering blue light. And then you'll see there's like a Wi-Fi signal icon there. You hold that in, and this also looks nice. It's got this blue lights flickering. It's telling you that one's been synchronized. Here's another one. Hold this one in. And there, that one is also talking to the unit. And now both of them have been set up. Okay, now, when you want to control the power levels, this one, you'll see there's two little arrows there. That's the same as those arrows there. So when I press this, you'll see there the lights. It's like there's 16th power, there's 8th power, quarter power, half power, full power, and there I'm taking it back. There's 16th power again. Okay, now if I want to test the flash, remember you're not always going to be near your flash. I don't want to press this button every time. You hold this button in for a few seconds, you'll just see the flash will fire. So there, both of them fired at 16th power. Here I'm going to take it to say half power. Again, hold it in. And there we've got another test at half power. So really straightforward. Now when you just want to turn everything off, it's as simple as go off there, and then you just hold this button in for a few seconds and you'll see it'll go green, and then you turn it off. It's got a little bit of a red flicker the moment you turn it off. Very strange color combination. It should have just went straight red and off. The green almost makes you think you just turn it on again. But anyway, that's how simple it is to control these flashes. That's all for this video, and in the next, our last video, we will put these two flashes to good use and take some pictures. See you in the next video. Bye.